or LMC?
Sir,
Sir, we have
recording is
Japneet
on.
ma'am also with us. Yes, sir. So
Yes.
Japneet ma'am is doing the recording. Japneet ma'am, can we share the host rights with sir also? Can we allow sir to record the video as well?
Just a second, ma'am. Let me check.
So we are trying. Just a minute, sir.
Ma'am, there is no option for co-host. Sir can only be made as the host. Then screen sharing and other
Yes.
issues will be facing up.
Mhm. So, sir, we will record then, and we would provide you the Google Drive link. So after you can
Yes.
access afterwards the recording with the help of the link. Screenshots we can take simultaneously at the moment. So
Okay,
students
ma'am.
do take
No problem, ma'am. If you
screenshots.
record, it will be okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How is Miss Khatun today? Hi, how are you? Is
How
she
are you,
here?
Miss? Hello.
I am very good. I'm very good. Good to see you once again. So I hope Nidhi ma'am has joined. Just a second, so I'll just look into it.
Yes, am I audible, everyone? Meera ma'am, can we begin?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. I can see you and you're audible, ma'am. Let's begin, ma'am.
Okay, great. Good day, everyone. Good afternoon to each and everyone present here. On behalf of Ramju School, Pusa Road, I welcome you all to this meeting. Children are the world's most valuable resource, and its best hope for future. And every child has a right to be respected, a right to dream, a right to be loved and cared for, a right to achieve his or her goal. And as Nelson Mandela rightly said, we owe our children the most vulnerable citizens in any society, a life free of violence and fear. And in this endeavor to ensure that our children are safe, they are secure, we offer them a clean world. We all meet here today with our partner school from Bangladesh. I welcome Kamal sir and his students who have been very supportive in our endeavor. I welcome you all again and to highlight the duty we all have towards protecting this childhood. Students from both the schools have prepared a charter, a Bill of Rights on the right to a safe and secure world, highlighting the need for a peaceful, safe, and a non-violent world. So, Meera ma'am, can we begin with the students presenting?
Yes, ma'am. We can begin now. Students, group 1, please take over. Good luck.
Good afternoon, teachers.
Good
Good
afternoon,
afternoon. Good afternoon,
everybody from
teachers.
Ramdas
The
School.
students
We are
of
from Chhatak Union SCSDB Model High Mollikpur, Chhatak from Bangladesh.
Good afternoon, teachers. Today we, the students of Ramju School Pusa Road, are going to share our views on the topic child rights. We have also prepared a blog
Yes,
highlighting the importance of child rights, description of some child right activists, and a few basic rights that a child wishes to have. With this, I would like to invite Navya to tell us about the needs of children for a safe and secure environment.
Children and their aspirations, safe and clean world. We often listen that our environment should be clean, safe and secure and so should be our peer group. But did we ever wonder how does it affect us? As mentioned in the blog, safe environments are where we feel valued, respected and protected. We need safe environment to become confident, bold and meet our potential. We have the right to grow in healthy places, to live, to learn, and to play in healthy places. What happens if the environment is not safe? We can't grow. We can't express ourselves, often leading to stress and depression. We have the right we should have the right which will help us to live in a healthy, safe, and secure environment. Child rights. As mentioned in the blog, child rights are the minimum entitlements and freedoms given to every citizen below the age of 18, regardless of race, color, creed, etc. And in India, a child has the right to be protected from violence, neglect, exploitation, and abuse. We have the right to be protected from sexual abuse, trafficking, and child labor. With this, I would like to call upon Divyam to speak about child rights activists.
Child activists are those who are not willing to let a situation go unnoticed and are very young. Today we are going to discuss about some of the child rights activists who are really trying to bring a change. Kenedra Roche Woods. At just 19 years of age, Kenedra Roche Woods is already determined to change the world. Much of her activism has been shaped by her family and the hardships she faced growing up. She was bullied throughout her elementary and middle school. She has channeled this pain into her advocacy and through storytelling. She has become a fearless activist in all fronts. At the age of just 15, she published her book on her story of abuse and recovery. Her movement against bullying, gun violence, and stigma surrounding mental health has been joined by many famous personalities. She hopes to continue to better herself as an advocate for peace, hope, and healing. Now let's discuss about our second child right activist, Thandive Abdullah. Thandive Abdullah is a 16-year-old organizer of the Black Lives Matter and the co-founder of Black Lives Matter Youth Vanguard. She has helped to conceptualize and launch the Black Lives Matter in Schools campaign adopted by the National Education Association. Her work is to create safe spaces for Black youth to organize around racism and anti-Blackness, particularly in schools. She has been active with March for Our Lives, emphasizing what gun control must look like for Black youth. Now I would like to invite Paridhi to tell us more about essential rights of a child.
Paridhi, switch on the mic, please. You are on mute at the moment.
In our blog, we have included those rights which help in the physical, mental, psychological, and emotional development of a child. Here are a few of them. Right to find time for hobbies. A child should not only study but also develop his or her hobbies simultaneously. He or she must spare out some time to listen to music, dance, doodle, paint, and do many such things which he or she is interested to do. Number two, right to express views. Just like adults, a child also has his or her own views. Elders should not overlook the thoughts of children and must take their views into consideration. Number three, right to be protected from violence. A child must not be indulged in any kind of activity which includes violence, as it leaves a harmful impact on the minds of children and restricts their mental growth. Number four, right to be allowed to play games. A child must be free to play outdoor as well as indoor games for a certain period of time in order to keep themselves physically fit and fine. Number five, right to choice. A child should be given the right to choose his or her interests, abilities, opinions, likes, dislikes, peer group, hobbies, and all what is best for their development. Last but not the least, number six, right to entertainment. A child must entertain himself or herself by listening to music, doing artistic things, singing, dancing, painting, etc.
Now, I would like to call upon Muntaha of Chhatak Union SESDP Model High School to share the views on their blog.
Muntaha, Kadiri Raisa. Yes. Raisa, can you hear?
Yes, sir.
Raisa. Okay, continue. Continue reading out your.
My name is Muntaha Kaderi Raisa. I read in class 8. Now I am saying about Malala Yousafzai as a young girl, the daughter of an outspoken social activist and educator. Yousafzai was an excellent student. Her father, who established and administered the school she attended, Kushal Girls High School and College in the city of Mengora, encouraged her to follow in this path. In 2007, the Swat Valley, once a vacation destination, was invaded by the TTP. Led by Maulana Fazlullah, the TTP began imposing strict Islamic law, destroying or shutting down girls' schools, banning women from any active role in society, and carrying out suicide bombings. Yousafzai and her family fled the region for their safety, but they returned when tensions and violence eased. On September 1, 2008, when Yousafzai was 11 years old, her father took her to a local press club to protest the school closing and gave her first speech. How dare they take away my basic right to education? Her speech was published to her speech was published throughout Pakistan. Toward the end of 2008, the TTP announced that all girls schools in Swat would be shut down on January 15, 2009. The BBC appraised Yousafzai's father in search of someone who might blog for them about what it was like to live under TTP rule. Under the name Gul Makai, Yousafzai began writing regular entries for BBC Urdu about her daily life. She wrote from January through the beginning of March of that year 35 entries that were also translated into. Meanwhile, the TTP shut down all girls' schools in Swat and blew up more than 100 of them. In February 2009, Yousafzai made her first television appearance when she was interviewed by Pakistani journalist and host Hamid Mir on the Pakistan Current Events show Capital Talk. In late February, the TTP, responding to an increasing backlash throughout Pakistan, agreed to a ceasefire, lifted the restriction against girls and allowed them to attend school on the condition that they were burqas. However, violence resurged only a few months later in May, and the Yousafzai's family was forced to seek refuge outside of Swat until the Pakistani army was able to pass the TTP out. In early 2009, reporter Adam Ilik, worker with Yousafzai to make a documentary class, dismissed a 13-minute pitch about the school's shutdown. Ilik made a second film with her titled
Okay,
with
Muntaha Khatun. Ma'am, could you please
Yes,
call
sir.
next?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Sir, we would like you to ask students from your school to complete now. And then the last batch from Ramjas school would speak towards the end. So
Yes,
now
ma'am.
the students, the other ones who are there, if they would like to speak.
Ma'am,
Will you call or
Jihad, please.
yes?
Mr. Jihad.
Hussain. No, yes, Jihad Hussain.
Ahmed would be the second one in sequence, sir. Yeah.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello. Good afternoon. Hello.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, dear.
Fine. I read in class 8.
Start.
A film with heart. In a recent interview in BTS People section, Manashi Kirloskar, the only together of Bengalore's industrialist couple Vikram and Gitanjali Kirloskar, made an interesting statement that community service should be part of high school curriculum, so that privileged students realize that there are many disadvantaged children out there. This is precisely the message that goes out in the film I Am Kalam, directed by Neela Madhav Panda and produced by the Smile Foundation. The Smile Foundation believes that the desired change in the lives of such children will come only when more privileged people start participating pro- proactively in finding a solution. I Am Kalam is a film about a poor Rajasthani boy, Chotu, and his hunger for education, something which he cannot aspire to have because he is poor and his mother cannot afford to send him to school. Chotu has only one desire. He wants to study hard and become a successful man and wear good clothes with a tie when he grows up. The film nicely captures his fascination with a neat tie, and an engaging and entertaining film with a beautiful narrative. It takes the viewer into Chotu's world.
Thank you, Jihad. Thank you, ma'am. Could you please call next one?
Yes, sir. So next is Saurav Ahmed from your school. Saurav Ahmed is next as per the sequence.
Oh.
Hello, ma'am. Hello, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am. My name is Mohammad Saurabh.
Good afternoon.
Without my school, Chhatak Union SSDP Model High School, Mollikpur, Chhatak Sunamganj from Bangladesh. Child labor on their right. Child labor in Bangladesh, child labor workers less explosive than about workers. Many in employers consider of children capable of the work, easy to control and less, remaining some to receive the duty of law. Status works to the children labor is because able here never to the to them. Result is child labor on the higher among of boys to girls, unwilling to do them their retest of the child labor. Here a higher amount of the boys they are 17.5% versus 8.1 versus and singularity higher amount children in living of the result areas is visibility of the there. Abaron is their child labor is also exploitation of high to indigoments of communication of the 18% about 45% child labors due to anything. School is a year longer of proportion of childish labor work so much to domestic work from commercial sex work of the movements of the Bangladesh and hidden to their from unusually to be computer in the officially Future of child in air also private service that to air unlikely to be different as work to the so much housework to the caring. How housework in the caring for younger child children to running to houses to area to bed where water and few or looking after life
Thank
is
you. Thank you,
easy.
Surab. Thank you. Thank you. Next one is our
Fahima
ma'am.
Begum. Yes, sir. Fahima Begum.
Fahima, yes.
Hello, ma'am. Good morning. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Fahima.
My name is Fahima Marjana. My school name Chhatak SES. Ma'am, my name is Fahima Marjana. My school name Chhatak SES TV Model Uच्च विद्यालय Chhatak Sunamganj, Bangladesh. Ma'am, I am Kalam is a film about an underprivileged child who is inspired by India's ex-2 president Pro APJ Abdul Kalam and aspires to grow up to be a respectable person like some of the kinds aspiration by the kinds of the president himself with a cameo in the climax. I am Kalam refused from any such larger than life portrayal and remains rooted. However, despite having a reality approach, the film remains optimistic throughout, and there is not a moment of despair. To draw a small kite, it lifts to draw a small kite is left behind by his.
Ma'am, sorry, ma'am. She read out wrongly. So now she is reading the correct sheet.
Message
Yes, sir.
of the
Yes,
children. Children have basic rights of education, basic wage, health and nutrition, education, participation, recreation, safe water, sanitation, and hygiene. Unfortunately, these rights of children are violated in Bangladesh. The rights of children are violated. The door to property includes lack of sugar, consciousness, discrimination. The majority of children are deprived of food center, executed in sanitation, in communication and education. One right of food. Bangladesh is a developing country is the world. About 26% of its population still live below the poverty line, less than 1.08 gram or unable to afford to buy for poverty a daily intake of 2 by 100 kilometers. Haradon Food and Agriculture Organization FAO study in 208 expressed that national distance and rising food price had increased the number of poor people by 7.5 million to a total of 65 million, and real household income had decreased by 12%, and 1 in 4 households had become food insured with famines that household had hard state. FAO and WFP 208. Later, the food price rises, but the children who are excluded from school could not return to school due to illegal is the school right of literature. When nurture the children perform better in adult and can serve the country better than middle state children. Rural children are more likely to be.
Thank you, Fahima. Fahima, thank you. Ma'am, could you please continue to your school?
Yes, sir. Now I request Weber and Gia to share their views on the blogs on the child rights. Weber and Gia, please take over.
Thank you, ma'am, for giving. Good afternoon to all. I am Vaibhav Sharma and I study in class 9 of Ramjas School, Pusa Road. Today, I would tell you about my child right activist idol. She is Chandni Khan. Chandni Khan, born in 1997, is an Indian activist working for the welfare of the street children in different parts of the India. She founded the NGO Voice of Slum with her friend Dev Pratap Singh. She is currently also the editor of the newspaper Balaknama, which means Voice of Children. Now, I am going to throw some light on her life and education. Chandni was a homeless child herself. At the age of 5, she started performing street shows with her father in Noida. But unfortunately, in 2008, he died. After that, Chandni and her mother survived by rag picking and selling flowers at traffic intersections. She was 12 when she met some volunteers of the Chetna, an NGO that provided education and health care to the unprivileged children. With the help of the NGO, she was able to enroll into an open school program in 2010. Chandni Khan's career. In 2010, Chandni started working as a trainee reporter at Balaknama, a newspaper brought out by and for the children in Delhi. Chetna started the newspaper and continues to support it. 4 years later, she was promoted to the position of its editor. Simultaneously, she was working for Chetna's sister NGO, Badhte Kadam. As the National Secretary of the Badhte Kadam, she has worked for the welfare and the rights of homeless children in Delhi, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, and Haryana. Every child is artist. Each child is gifted. They are the treasure of the nation. They are not the liability. So if we invest them by giving them good education and healthcare, then they can turn out to be an asset. They are right to play and relax, right to live in healthy environment, right to be protected from the dangerous drugs, right to live with dignity, right to live in a peaceful and non-violent environment. Now, I would request my friend Gia to put forward her views.
Thank you, Vaibhav, and good afternoon, everyone. So, what are child rights? From all of you, I learned that child rights are certain privileges provided to us by UNICEF for letting children be themselves and get value for it. Now, for the charter, according to me, there should be one right in which parents should agree with their children in any decision they take, even if they think that the decision taken could harm them in some way, because it is necessary for every child to overcome their mistakes and get a perspective from it. Now, nowadays, we are living in these corona times, and which has affected the world greatly and also had laid a great impact on the mental health of children. Due to COVID, schools are shut and children are not able to go out and socially interact with their friends and classmates. So, which has resulted in their more irritable and anxious behavior. In a study of Italy, it has shown that many children worldwide are suffering from PTSD, which is post traumatic stress disorder. Now, to cope with the pandemic, some countries like New Zealand and Canada have made a scheme of double bubble in which they call the extended families of the child, by which the children and the family can socially interact with each other, which gives the child the mental peace and also helps the child to homeschool. So therefore, I would like to conclude that children needs predictability and COVID-19 does not seem to offer it.
Thank students. It was a great learning experience, and it was very well listening to you all that you are so well aware about the child rights. Sir, we are done with the first meeting. So you are on mute at the moment.
Meera ma'am, if we could request
Yes, ma'am.
to keep their videos on for the purpose of
Yes,
getting
sir.
photographs, and sir
Yes,
could get the
yes.
children at the back of them, please.
True, true. Sir, we would request you to get students from your school in the background right next to the poster so that we can click one screenshot. And students, everybody, please switch on the cameras.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir. We're clicking the screenshot,
Are they
sir.
visible now? Clearly visible
Yes,
now?
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It's a project. Your ISA movie, ma'am. Movie of your.
Okay, great. So 1 o'clock we meet again for the movie review meeting.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, dear students of Ramdas School, can you see your movie review?
Yes, sir.
Can you see, ma'am?
Yes, sir, we can.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, dear students of Ramdas School, for your best cooperation to our students. I am very much glad that a school like yours have my partners for ISA, International School Award. I hope that our partnership will long lasting, not only for ISA, but also for different works. We should share our different works.
Sure, sir. We look forward to your
at
partnership.
this, our culture will be shared, and we will be able to know the culture of Indian school, and you will be able to know our school as Chhatak Union SCSDB Model High School, Bangladesh. Thank you, Meera ma'am. Thank you, Nidhi Bhatia ma'am, and lots of thanks to your principal ma'am and my lovely students.
Thank you all for joining this meeting, and some of us will meet again at 1 o'clock today.
Yes, just after 40 minutes. Yes, ma'am.
1 p.m. IST after
9
around
PM,
9.
9 minutes, after 9 minutes. Next meeting
yeah,
is in
yeah.
9 minutes, sir. Yes, sir. So
minutes,
yours
3 minutes.
1:30. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yours 1:30 and your 1 p.m. Next meeting is at
Okay.
1.
Just have a break for 9 minutes.
Yes,
Thank you,
sir.
ma'am.
Thank you,
Wow.
students. Thank you, all the teachers, for joining in today.
Thanks a lot.
Okay,
Thank you, ma'am.
bye.
Thank you so much. Meera ma'am, ending the meeting for everyone.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am.